Hello everybody, as usual, the story contains themes of abuse, violence, bullying, trauma, death, and references to discussions about suicide. If you're not comfortable with those topics, or with, for this episode only, with hangings, I suggest that you leave and go up your merry way. But before you go, I would like to make an announcement that I'm going to be streaming next Monday, which is my birthday, over on Twitch at around the time I used to upload, so like 12 p.m. GMT. So, if you want to celebrate my birthday with me, go over there. Come over. All right. I think that was it. Yes, that was it. Bye-bye! Hello everybody and welcome back to Violet Memoir. I'm your host Will, and as always we have...
I wonder what leaves taste like.
Okay, I know that we're omnivores, however, fucking don't.
I mean...
If you want to eat leaves,
some leaves
eat
that we are
lettuce.
eating.
If you want to eat leaves, eat lettuce.
Let us eat.
Let us eat. Anyway. And May.
Fuck, that felt like such a dad joke. What have I become?
A father, apparently.
No!
Alright. Woo! Oh, right, yeah, I was supposed to put a poll out for this one. However, I realized that it doesn't fucking matter. And I also forgot. Alright, hello, Wallace.
How dare you forget to include the audience?
Look.
The illusion of choice.
The illusion, exactly. And there's also going to be the illusion of choice on the next choice because Lucas. Pain.
Who knew?
I can't afford to waste time. If I go slow, I might make it across safely, but that may take too long. That person will get... No! Refuse to let it happen. It's been like a month. Like, all of the emotion, all of the tension is fucking gone. I won't let that happen. The final reassuring breath, I basically skip onto the platform. My right foot hits the wood hard, and I immediately push off it, throwing myself forward before I lose any momentum. The right foot lifts, a cracking sound rings throughout the room. I don't have time to look back, and I just force myself across the rest of the way. Tension in the air is stronger than anything else. I swear I can hear the blush rushing in my... Blush! No. Wrong. I mean, technically. With the blood rushing in my ears. After I take another launching step, my knee almost buckles under me. Jesus, my legs are absolutely burning. Think about how much I ran. I don't think they'll collapse. The impact just got me off guard. With my long leaps, 3 steps already takes me halfway. I almost lose my balance, but manage to throw myself forward enough to take the final step before falling. Crashing onto the platform, I land awkwardly on my side. Fear of breaking something surges through me just like the pain. I turn on my back, testing my arm movements around to flex my fingers. It seems everything's intact despite the pain. Lying there for several seconds, I'm forced back to reality by an echoing snapping sound from down the hall. Shit. The middle of walking this wooden tightrope had made me completely forget why I was doing this in the first place. It's really hard to do the emotion when it's been a singular month and you basically just woke up and then are sat down to record. Woo.
We.
Your guy is dying, Will. Be more sensitive.
I'm not. I'm feeling bad that I can't do as much emotion as I usually could. How is that not being sensitive? My heart was throbbing in my ears the entire run across. I don't know how many I missed. Grabbing the key, I don't even bother to look at it as I shove it in my shirt pocket. Looking back at the plank, I see the source of that cracking noise from earlier. Near the end, by the door, a long stride away from it, there's a horizontal split across the wood and dented down slightly. That's going to be a problem. I don't have time to think about it though, as I force myself to take that first step back. As my foot hits the plank again, it slips and I'm forced to slam my head down on the wood to stop myself from falling. I didn't realize how slippery this was. I'm worried I might have doomed myself with that crash, but it only caused the entire plank to bend downwards more. That's still a terrifying sight though. Not wanting to keep my weight on it much longer, I force myself to stand up and take another step. A few more steps later and the crack is close enough that I can no longer ignore it. The entire plank is groaning and I think I can hear it splintering across the whole thing. I just need to go for it before it breaks apart. Thrusting all my momentum forward, I take a step just past the crack and throw my body forward. Moments after my foot touches the wood, the crack breaks apart, causing the entire plank and myself to drop. As I'm falling, I reach out for what I can in front of me, trying to grasp anything I can get my arms on. Slow, agonizing seconds slowly pass until I feel the bottom of the doorway slam into my stomach. Ow! Ow! Breathe slowly, but managed to throw one of my hands through to grab the side of the door frame. I'm grateful for how thin I am as I'm able to slowly pull myself up. My entire body wiggled like a worm to make some ground. I was talking normally, right? Yes, I sounded like I was talking normally, right? Why was I feeling the starts of the lightheadedness?
Because you did that thing where you got into the character's head, and hey, character just got winded a lot.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you. After a minute of painful crawling, I'm able to hoist up the rest of my body through the door. I'm coughing loudly, and I'm worried I might have broken a rib, but it doesn't feel like it caused any significant damage. Just at the lake. I hope that's not just the other adrenaline. It takes me a couple of attempts before I'm able to stand, my legs trembling but holding strong. A little surge of panic fills me as I check my pocket. Key is still in there. Little blessings. Snapping sound echoing down the hall forces me back into top gear as I bolt down the hall again. Sprinting at full speed down this empty hallway on the lookout for the door to the gallows. Was it this long before? I wasn't really paying attention to how far I went when I first came down here. That painful staring sensation rises in my thighs, and I know I gotta get there soon. In the distance, I finally see the door. At first, I slow down in relief before remembering how urgent the situation is. I slam into the door roughly, a ground pushes through my body, and I feel some wind leaving my lungs. Yep, there we go. Pain. Anyway. Woo!
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been awfully quiet.
Me?
Yes. If you turned off noise suppression, would you have been awfully loud?
No. It was just that my mic was a bit fucky for a bit.
Gotcha.
So I fixed it. Now! Now then!
Pokely. Alright. Opening the door, I fall inside just in time to see another platform drop down. There's only floor. There's only four platforms. I wish there was only floor. There's only 4 platforms left. Run over to the box, pulling my key out as I do. In a rush, I fumbled with... Words are hard.
You fumble your words, yes.
Thank you. I fumble the key and it clangs across the ground. It feels like my entire body falls apart, but due to some miracle, the key managed to stay on the wooden walkway. I brought my entire body down, grabbed the key and hovered just a few inches away from the keyhole. My eyes noticed something on the key and I lifted it up to my face. Not the time, you can do that after you stop. Its writing etched into the top.
If he dies, It's all your fault. All your fault, Wally.
Woo! I love that. It's mocking me. Teeth grit and I push it out of my mind. I have to focus on getting this person out. It takes me a few attempts before I finally push the key in and turn it. As soon as I feel the lock clicking into place, the mechanical sounds of gears turning dies down. Sorry.
So does the music.
Huh?
The music also dies down.
Yes. Yippee. Struggle and panic from whoever is strung up their quest down with it. They seem to understand that it's stopping too. There's a flooding feeling of relief surging through me. Can't believe I did it. Running across the plank almost killed me twice, but glad I did it. Throat, please clear yourself so I can do the voice of actings.
Now.
Even though I rushed my way across the entire thing, I still only had 4 platforms remaining. It would have taken at least double that time to make it across if I had taken my time. With my pride dulling the ache in my body, I'm able to get back up to my feet with little struggle. The sound of gears turning catches my attention. It's much quieter than the previous one. As I walk around the room, the platform behind the support beam in the center of the room rises. The moment it locks into place, I'm crossing towards the middle. This platform is thicker than the plank, and after that mess, it's hard to still feel scared. It's like I'm all out of terror. Not all out of fear. Making my way next to the hooded figure, they don't seem to be struggling much at all now. Guess he's completely out of fear too. I know I would be. Hey, I got you. You're safe now. There's not even a mutter in response, but I can hear him breathing. My attempts at undoing the knot at the back of the noose are pretty unsuccessful. Having one so close to one is making me feel nauseous, much more so than the walk of death earlier. Giving up, I notice that the sack covering their face isn't actually under the noose, so I can just take it off. I'm taking the sack off. Don't freak out, okay? Again, there's no response. It's an eerie feeling, again, but I shouldn't let myself panic. That'll cause things to get much worse. Pull off the sack and I'm met with a sight that shatters me. It's a fox. Specifically, a scrawny, cross fox. Sour eyes and glasses immediately tell me who he is, though. It's Lucas. Except he looks completely messed up. His entire face looks completely bashed in. If it wasn't for his broken glasses and eye color, I might not have recognized him. Blood is completely dripping from his face, and it's a horrific sight. Across his face is a morphed smile. It's not the cute, timid smile he normally has. This one is much more natural. It doesn't reach his eyes. They're hollow and dark. That's not the only thing that's out of place. Ringing in my ears is that awful snapping sound. Sensation of being on the ground leaves me, and I feel myself drop for only a second before it registers that there's nothing underneath me anymore. There's no time to really think, and my arms instinctually wrap around his waist. The ground leaves my mouth as my head smacks into the fox's stomach. Mmm. Tasty.
Tasty!
Look, tasty is just my go-to random exclamation word.
Tasty.
Something good happens, tasty.
Okay.
Something bad happens, tasty. You know?
Tasty. Candy Crush.
Like Lucas just crushed his neck.
Oh my god! That laugh.
There's a sickening crack. There's a sickening crack that echoes above me, and I can't help but stare up. Lucas's head is bent up at an uncomfortably awkward angle. There's no way he survived. But he's looking down at me with bulging eyes, smile never leaving his face. It's so uncanny that it's seared into my brain. That wasn't enough though. His entire body starts rapidly rotting. Before he can even make a sound, his entire fur and skin are gone. Even less time passes before it's just bone. His hollow, empty eye sockets are staring deep into me, and in that final moment, you know this is truly hell. Whoa, I sure hope I'm not being too quiet. Whoa, ha. Anyway. The bones and his clothing disintegrate into dust. I'm falling. I'm not able to make any sounds. Shock has completely crippled my body. For long, I'm completely surrounded by darkness, falling eternally into the empty void. I'm sorry. I made it in time, but it still wasn't enough. Woo! It was all a nightmare, :3, haha, get pranked, Lamau.
And that's the end of the episode.
No, it's only been 16 minutes and May hasn't talked yet.
You make me die for this. You're going to make me have a line.
I'm planning on it. Also, she means die in game. Yeah, :3. Anyway. My body jolts and my muscles tighten as I spring up, barely managing to stop myself from shouting in panic. Hands are trembling with panic as I dig my claws deeper into whatever I'm holding. Green Twimper next to me rips my head-focused eyes towards his face. After a few more agonizing moments, my blurred vision finally clears and I'm able to make out what's causing that pitiful noise. It's Lucas, who is looking at me with a mixture of concern and a little bit of fear. His ears are pressed hard against his head and his eyes are misty. Occasionally he lets out another pained whimper. It's barely audible behind the sound of my own breathing.
Was, please, let go.
That shocks me enough to realize exactly what I'm doing. Hold the fucking on. Why is everything quiet?
Am I quiet?
No. Everything else was. Hold on, sorry.
I mean, Pikamain was quieter than when
Yes.
they first started talking.
Correct. Yes. But it makes sense. It makes sense, :3.
You silent me.
Huh?
Did I silent me? No.
I shall not silence you now. My hands are gripping Lucas' tail tightly, claws digging into the front skin. Doesn't look there's any blood yet, but still looks excruciating. Without another thought, I released the tail from my grip, but that doesn't stop my hands from shaking with adrenaline. Lucas quickly slips his tail back behind him, but his attention is still focused on me. There is no anger or resentment there, only worry. Shock fills my mind, and I'm barely able to notice that the entire class is silent, their attention solely on me. Standing up, I snatch my laptop bag and rush to the exit. The bouncing motion of running gives me a sense of dizziness, but I force myself to push my way through the door. The corridor outside the room is cold. It fills me with dread. It's just a normal hallway, unlike the more rotting, decrepit one from my nightmare. It doesn't stop the lingering panic in my chest from pushing me to pick up my pace, and I'm barely able to keep myself from running. The stairwell itself feels different now. It's just as cold as the corridor, but the air feels refreshing. Refreshing? Refreshing. A very light, gentle breeze brushes against my face, and the sensation of relief that surges through me is familiar. It's like when I left home, but with a lot more frantic movement and breathing. I barely manage a few steps before needing to lean against the handrail, my breath still coming out as heaving rasps that echo in the silent stairwell. Seconds go by in near silence, and I can feel myself calming down. Breathing begins to get slower and slower until it's a barely audible pant. It's at this moment that I realize just what's been going on. What an awful, fucked up dream. Did I really think that up? I didn't think I was that disturbed. But it was so vivid, so raw. I could feel the coldness of the key in my hand and the sound of his snapping neck still ringing in my head. The way he hung there, like there was nothing left but cold resentment staring down at me. That empty, hollow stare, and the rush of emotions, the total silence. Emotions overwhelm me and I need to sit down, but my legs won't move anymore. I realize how tired I am, and not from lack of sleep. Not anymore. Ow! Now this is a sensation I have never felt before. Why did you make me have pain there? Ow! Woo! Anyway. Moving on. Body doing body things, don't worry about it. I think I'm just a bit fatigued from working myself up. Or at least I hope so. Shuffling over towards the stairs, I sit down on the bottom step and pull up my phone. My thumb hovers over the message tab, but the thought that this message might be there is terrifying. Pushing through the hesitation, I open up in the text, bracing myself for whatever I may find. But there's no weird message there. Nothing from Marcus at all. Just my latest text from lately. Of course, it wasn't real. Why would it be? Despite the relief flowing through me, there's a lingering ache stealing my chest as my eyes linger on my saved messages folder. I'm not allowed to dwell on it though, as the silence is shattered by the sounds of someone jogging down the hall. Just a few moments later, a familiar face rounds the corner. It's Lucas, and he's looking out of breath, nearly tripping when he sees me before rushing over.
Wallace! Thank God you haven't left yet. I was worried I wasn't going to catch you. Are you okay? You looked really scared and you were grabbing my tail really tight. Did something...
Lucas! I'm okay. It's okay. I'm just a little shook up. I think reading the diary last night messed me up a bit. Been having a lot of nightmares lately. Examining Lucas, he's just as shaken up about... Examining Lucas, he's just as shaken up about this as I am. He's panting heavy and looking more disheveled than before. Closer inspection, I could see his hands are trembling and his ears are pressing flat against his head. How did you miss that? Of course.
Huh?
How did Wallace miss the ears? That's what I'm asking. Of course.
Because he was paying more attention to the fact that he just saw him die.
Fair enough. Yes, you know what? Thank you, May, for being the logic of the group. Of course, I didn't even think about how this would affect him. He's already in a pretty vulnerable state, being stuck here at school. Lashing out as I did must have made things even worse for him. I'm sorry. I must have really given you a fright. I'm fine, believe it. Believe me. It was just a mess-up dream.
No, you don't need to apologize. Please, don't apologize.
Tears well up in his eyes. It isn't just anger that Lucas expresses explosively. He wears all his emotions on his sleeve. Right, sorry. Is your tail okay? Didn't mean to hurt it.
I know. I know you didn't. It's okay. It's doing okay. Just a little sore. See?
He flicks his tail in front of himself. Obsidian black fur sheens in small amount of sunlight coming from above. The sensation of his soft fur still lingers on my cheek. His fox scents familiar to even my lackluster nose. Watching his tail flick back and forth is soothing, like listening to the ticking of a clock. Relaxingly repetitive, like a metronome. Lucas looks like he's calming down himself. His breathing is steadying, and any form of trembling seems to have stopped. A soft smile slowly begins to creep across the fox's face. A sense of relief and joy fills his eyes, lighting up his whole face.
I'm glad you're doing okay. I felt like I was doing something wrong and upset you.
That's not the verb.
Verb? Sorry. I keep hearing myself. I'm gonna use that excuse.
Fuck you, and do the line again, bitch.
I'm glad you're okay. I felt like I did something wrong and upset you.
What? No, you were fine. It really was just a nightmare. Lucas nods his head, but I don't think he entirely believes me. He's got that soft smile, but his ears are pressed against his head and he's fidgeting with his hands. I'm afraid Lucas is going to hurt himself again by clawing at his ears. I wish I knew why he did that. Maybe I could help. Are you doing okay? I know being here makes you uncomfortable. That gets his attention. His ears perking up in a cute gesture of surprise. Looks away from me before answering, refusing to make eye contact with me as his ears flush.
Yeah, I'm doing better now. It's not as bad as I'm in class. Plus, He
looks nervous and starts to reach up with his hands, but stops himself. He opens his mouth a couple times, but nothing comes out, like he's unable to find the words. There's a poignant silence between us. I could say something, but I don't want to rush him. Eventually, he finds his voice again.
I was a bit distracted with worrying about you. It got my mind off of it. So, thank you.
He still looks behind him, reminding me of a dog's wagging tail despite the blush in his ears. He returns his attention back to me.
Sorry, I'm pretty fucking shit at this reassuring thing. You ended up just comforting me.
This time, Lucas does reach up and grab his ears, but before he has the chance to pull them down, we're interrupted by the sound of multiple footsteps coming down the hall. He adjusts himself, but can't hide how jittery and uncomfortable he is. I guess not being in class only helps so much. Oh, look, mate, you have lines!
That would be great if I could remember the voice.
Yeah. Colon 3, I don't...
Colon 3!
Colon 3.
Yeah!
Shut up. Anyway, yeah, let me remember what I told, like, soft, sweet, high-pitched, blown 3.
I thought you
Does
said
that make
high
sense?
pitch.
What? I mean, she's a female dog,
High
however.
High pitched, and I thought you said high pitched for a second. Oh my god, what is wrong with me?
Good job, pick of mains.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Good job, pick of mains. Anyway, around the corner comes Lily and the other 2 members of our group. Quickly get up off the step, not wanting them to be too worried about me. I don't think it'll be too successful, but I have to try. She has a look of shock on her face when she stares at us at the stairs, and her sudden stop almost causes the other 2 to walk into her.
Oh, I didn't think you guys would be here. Are you doing okay? You looked really upset earlier.
Correct voice. Good job. Yeah, I was just overreacting. Lucas was worried about me and helped me out.
More like he ended up comforting me. I didn't do shit.
He's acting abrasively, but his body language and expression reveals that he's embarrassed by my compliment. Even Lily gives a chuckle when she glances over.
I'm glad you're doing better, but you probably shouldn't head home right away. You're probably still rather vulnerable, and no one should be alone after a panic attack.
Yeah, I understand. You're probably right. Are we going back to class?
Oh, no. I talked to the professor, and he said we could leave early. I just explained that we had already decided on a topic earlier and wanted to make sure you were okay.
Hi, Oscar.
Looks Fuck.
Are you okay?
Totally. Looks like the meeting yesterday wasn't just for fun. Though it was definitely fun. We're gonna have to do it again sometime. I don't remember my voice.
This is acceptable. I don't remember him either. He is no, he's not forgettable. He's just annoying.
Deeper.
Deeper.
Like same voice but deeper.
Yes, correct. Slightly, not too much, because Lay is still deeper than Oscar. So yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
He echoes at his tireless enthusiasm, but Lucas and Lay are ignoring him, focusing on me instead. Their natural expressions hiding what they're thinking. The atmosphere having everyone together is warming and relaxing. It does feel like I'm surrounded by a group of friends. Gee, I fucking wonder how that feels.
I wouldn't know.
Neither.
I do have more classes today, so I can't stay around, but I'm sure there's someone else who has finished all their classes for the day. Guys?
I don't have to go to my other classes anyway. I was going to the library and study. It's quiet there, if you know where to go. You can come along if you want. I wouldn't mind.
He says that casually, but it looks like the idea of spending time with me out of class has him pretty happy. He still is filled with excitement, swishing back and forth across the floor. Oscar notices too, and he's got an amused grin stretched across his face, but he, thankfully, doesn't say anything but gives me a knowing look alongside a wink. It reminds me how he looked when we entered the apartment building on the first day. It was just as cute too.
I'm finished for the day, but I'll have to go and pick up my sister. She has soccer club on Wednesday, and she'll be done soon. I don't like to leave her walk home alone. You can come though. I'm all cleared up for the day too.
That's
Huh?
That's almost the same voice. What the f?
Fuck. I'm almost cleared up for the day too. I was going to head out over to the gym for a swim though.
There we go.
That was an Oscar voice.
Yes.
Oscar worthy.
Yes, Oscar worthy, the character.
Would love if you came along though, Willis. Not often I get to show off my swimming abilities. It's what we all otters are built for, you know?
I feel like it isn't his swimming skills he wants to show off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a pencil into your eye. Anyway.
Oh.
Looks like you've got a lot of options. I'm gonna head off to get some food before the next class. I'll text you later to make sure you're doing good, okay?
Yeah, thanks. I'm sure I'll be fine though.
I bet you will too. Doesn't mean I don't get to be worried.
And with that, she skips up the stairs. She seems to always have this positive aura about her. It's infectious. I really miss having her presence in the group.
So, Willis, who are you going with?
Gee, I fucking wonder. And so will you, quote unquote, wonder, because this is the fucking end of the episode, because the next line is, oh, never mind, hi. Oh, sorry, there we go.
Good job.
Okay, there we go, there's the end
Well
of the episode.
done. Perfect ending. 10 out of 10. Clap, clap.
Thank you, I tried so
A real
hard.
Oscar-worthy performance.
No. Anyway.
Yeah.
I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, like, comment, and subscribe, and just things in any order, I don't really mind. And if the content on my channel wasn't enough to satisfy you, can go over to Pikamain's channel.
I do some other stupid shit you might enjoy.
Like
Both
other
visual
visual novels with little me.
like other visual novels, voice impression / voice attempts, and music covers with my ukulele because that's my personality now.
Yes, and it's and haha, May is only here, only on Disney Channel. Sorry. Anyway, with all of that out of the way, I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I hope that I get to see you on the next one. But even if I don't, I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.